Structural engineering is a subdiscipline of civil engineering in which they are trained to understand, predict and calculate the stability, strength and rigidity of built for buildings and non-buildings structures to develop, design and integrate their design with other designers and to supervise construction of project on site.
Water treatment is any process that makes water acceptable for a specific end use. The end use could be drinking, industrial water supply, irrigation, river flow maintenance, or many other uses, including being safely returned to the environment. Water treatment removes contaminants and undesirable components or reduce the concentration so that the water becomes fit for its desired use.
Transportation engineering involves specifying, designing, constructing and maintaining transportation infrastructure which includes streets, canals, highway. Engineering involves planning, design, construction, operation and maintenance of roads, bridges and tunnels to ensure safe and effective transportation of people and goods.
Geotechnical engineering uses principles of soil mechanics and rock mechanics. First, to evaluate stability of natural slopes and man-made deposits. Second, to design earthworks and structure foundations. Third, to monitor site conditions, earthworks and foundation construction.
Environmental engineering can be described as a branch of applied sciences and technology that addresses the issues of energy preservation, protection of assets and control of waste from human and animal activities.
What is hydraulic? Hydraulic is a subdiscipline in civil engineering including the flow and the conveyance of fluids, principally water and sewage. Hydraulic engineering is the application of fluid mechanics to solve the problem with the collection, storage, control and transport regulation.
Compaction of soil is the pressing of soil particles close to each other by mechanical method. Air during compaction of soil is expelled from the void space in the soil mass and therefore the mass density is increased. It is done to improve the engineering properties of the soil.
What is drainage? Drainage includes the surface water that falls on the ground surface such as open field, pore area and road surface are channeled to a main drain naturally or through a constructed channel.
Soil nailing is a technique to strengthen and reinforce ground adjacent to an excavation by installing closely spaced steel bars called nails as construction proceeds from top down.
Chemical stabilization is a process of changing soil's property through mixing with other soil or chemicals to improve strength and durability. Chemical processes such as mixing with cement, fly ash, lime and blends of any one of these materials is used to alter soil properties such as strength, compressibility, hydraulic conductivity and volume change properties.
Deforestation is clearing earth forests on a massive scale, often resulting in damage to the quality of land. Deforestation is a contributor to global warming and it often cited as one of the major causes of enhanced greenhouse effect.
Greenhouse effect is when sunlight reaches Earth's surface, some is absorbed and warm the Earth, most of the rest radiated back to atmosphere at a longer wavelength than the sunlight. These longer wavelengths are absorbed by greenhouse gases in the atmosphere before they are lost to surface. The emission of carbon dioxide is mainly from fossil fuels such as oil, gas, petrol and kerosene are harmless to atmosphere that will increase the global warming.
Climate change. Irregular weather patterns have already started showing results. Increased precipitation in the form of rain have already been noticed in polar and subpolar regions. More global warming will lead to more evaporation, which will cause more rains.
Heatwave and drought have killed more people than floods, hurricanes and tornadoes combined. Drought can make a hot day hotter and dry 2003, heatwave have killed 14,000 people in France and 2,000 people in England and Wales.
Rising sea level. Global warming will certainly reduce ice cap substantially. Melting ice cap will throw global ecosystem out of balance. Temperature rising will cause the Arctic animals will have no place to live on.
To reduce global warming, you can use 3R: reduce, reuse, and recycle. If you reduce the amount of stuff that you buy, you can reduce the amount of plastic that needs 200 years to be recycled completely. Reuse and recycle things such as paper, plastic, and newspaper can save 1,089 kilograms of carbon dioxide per year.
The other ways to reduce the effect of global warming is by carpooling. We can share the same vehicle to the same workplace or studying place. So, the amount of carbon monoxide released can be reduced.
Save energy. When you consume less, the less amount of carbon dioxide is released to the atmosphere. Therefore, it will reduce the toxic fume released by power plants.
Switch to green power. People often use the word green to mean something that is good for the environment. Green power is electricity that comes from renewable sources such as wind, solar, hydro and biomass. Renewable energy comes from natural sources that can be replaced or renewed without harming the environment or contributing to the greenhouse effect and global warming.
Coastal erosion is the wearing away of land and the removal of beach or dune sediments by wave action, tidal currents, wave currents, drainage or high winds. Waves generally generated by storms, wind or fast-moving motor craft can cause coastal erosion.
Sedimentation is the process in which salts in the river or riverbanks are being carried from the origin to the river stream by the flowing of water. Then, the river becomes wider and there are sediments which block the passageway of the boats at the stream.
Solution to overcome this problem by dredges go in the channel at the river mouth. The sand from the dredge channel is transferred to the erosion pipe of the beach, which can be used for reclamation.
Soft erosion control. Soft erosion strategies refer to temporary option of slowing the effects of erosion. These options, including sandbag and beach nourishment, are not intended to be a long-term solution or permanent solution.
Hard erosion involves the rock, concrete, and steel, thereby increasing the potential of damage to beachfront properties due to wave reflection of such hard structures. Rock structures such as road revetments, walls, and breakwaters represent the traditional approach to shoreline and coastal protection, provide high degree of protection against strong storm and conditions.
There's two types of frictions. The first one is static friction. Static friction is friction between two or more solid objects that are not moving relative to each other. For example, static friction can prevent an object from sliding down a sloped surface. The second one is kinetic friction. Kinetic friction, also known as dynamic friction or sliding friction, occurs when two objects are moving relative to each other and rub together.
Friction keeps everything in place, and without friction, everything will keep moving or sliding. Next, heat produced by friction can create fire. Another advantage is the friction in the atmosphere creates protects us from many asteroids and meteorites that would have otherwise destroyed Earth.
Machine's efficiency is decreased due to some energy is waste as heat energy. Second, the thermal energy produced by heat may cause overheat and damage the object. Third, due to friction, noise is also produced in machines.
In many cases, friction is very harmful, so it needs to be reduced. Some of the ways are: first, polishing or smoothing the surface. Second, use lubricants which increases the smoothness of the surface. Third, by using ball bearings in wheels. And last but not least, modifying the designs of most fast-moving objects.
The application of friction is to reduce the sliding of moving object, helps to walk or stand on slippery floor, applying the brakes of car and keeps everything in place.
Clay bricks are man-made material that are widely used in building, civil engineering working, and landscape design. These bricks are made from clay by burning it at high temperature. The heat is responsible for fusing the clay particle, which lead to extremely strong ceramic bond in the brick.
The uses of clay brick is to make clay brick wall, clay brick walkways, clay brick garden bed and also landscaping.
Clay bricks are good insulators because they conduct heat slowly. This slow heat conduction or thermal lag reduces peak cooling loads in summer and peak heating loads in winter. The second one is sound insulation. The characteristic thickness and density of clay brick wall reduces noise transmission and deflect noise from the outdoors for peaceful and quiet home.
First, almost same with small-scale production. During cleaning process, the clays are converted into powder by using earth crushing rollers. Second, pulp mill is used as grinder during tempering process. Third, molding process, the clay is placed into machine to be cut by wires to get the required thickness. Fourth, for drying, the bricks is left in dryer for the water to evaporate. Fifth, then the bricks will be burned in clean. Last but not least, the cooling of bricks is important because the rate of cooling will affect the color of the brick.
Conclusion.
I have gained a lot of knowledge from this subject which is fundamental that will help me for my further studies. Thank you.
In conclusion, all of these 4 assignments has increased our knowledge about civil engineering.
As conclusion, civil engineering has many branches. To build a building, all of them are needed. If any of them are absent, the building process will be incomplete.
By understanding of many branches in civil engineering, I get to know all civil engineering subfield that is useful in future when I have become an engineer.
Alhamdulillah. From this assignment, I have learned many new knowledge that can be used for my further work. Thank you.